Good morning, students. In today's English lecture, we are going to study about notice writing. Now, what is notice writing? You have already studied in your primary days. Or, what do you mean by a notice? Notice is a formal piece of information to inform the people about some issues, events, etc. For example, events such as annual day function, sports day, maybe the school picnic, exhibition, competitions, or what type of issues it could be. Issues could be the raising of the fees or change in uniform, whatever such type of notice. When you write, it is called as a notice writing. Now, before we could go to notice writing, I just want to tell you, in today's lecture, I am just going to show you about the format of the notice writing, which you can already see it over here, format of the notice writing, as well as the types of notice. There are different types of notices. So, let's begin here. So, students, look here, the format of notice writing. Now, what is this format? First and foremost, when you start writing a notice, open the box which is of three-sided. Open three-sided box. Now, when you are making a box, you can already see it over here. If this is the margin of the paper, you have opened the box over here. Do not close the box. Close it once you have finished writing the notice. Now, second thing, name of the institute. What do you mean by the name of the institute? When you are writing a notice, write the name of your school. For example, right now, you are the students of Fatima Convent School. So you either write Fatima Convent High School, or if you do not want to disclose the name of your school, usually in the exams and all, we do not write the name of our school. So write SS Patel School, notice, underline the word notice. You see me, I have underlined it. So underline the word notice. Then, heading of the notice. What is the purpose of writing this notice? So, you will write the heading. Then, you will write the date. Date should be in full. You cannot write the date such as, you cannot write the date in this format. This is wrong. You are supposed to be writing date and then example 14th August 2020. This is the way you are supposed to be writing a date. Now, I just want to tell you that there are students who either write in this way or they put after writing this, they put full stop, comma. No, you don't have to put full stop, neither do you have to put a comma. As I told you, when you write now the name of the institution or the notice, heading of the school, heading of the notice, students, these are the things all should be in block letters. It should be in capital letters. Okay? Name of the institute. As I said, SS Patel School or maybe SM Shah School. Whatever name you are writing, write it in the block letters. Write notice, underline that. Heading of the notice. What is the purpose? Why are you writing? The date. See the way I have written. Some students ask the question, sister, should we write a date at the right hand side or left hand side? You see what you have been taught. Now over here I have written to the right hand side. Some students write at the left. Students, it is not wrong. But you should not be writing the way as I told you 14/8/2020. Wrong. You should be writing 14 August 2020. Then comes the content, or you call it as the body of the notice. And that when you write, that will be your first paragraph, first alignment. I have written it in pencil. First paragraph, first alignment, it should be in the left. Okay, left align. It should be written the left side and then that paragraph which you are writing, the content, which should be in 6 to 7 or 7 to 8 sentences about what you want to write. Then you write about the second paragraph. Details of further inquiry and assistance, if any. What do I mean over here? So, students, when you are writing the content, remember that whatever the question is asked, for example, your question is about, you are told that you have to write a notice for the students, informing them about the annual day function or about the excursion, the picnic that is going to Mahabaleshwar or wherever, whichever place it is. Then, when you are writing, you need to first and foremost remember these questions like what, when, where, who, and whom. These 5 W's, when you keep it in your mind, your content will be over here, include all these, both the paragraphs. For example, what is the purpose of writing this? When is the annual day function? Or where is it going to held? Who is going to be participate or whom? Which is the last date to give your names? Everything will come into this. But remember that when you are writing a notice, do not use personal pronouns such as I, we, you. Also, make use of passive voice. Okay? So, you have to use passive voice in the notice. And then, so over here, your first and second paragraph will come. Then you have to write signature, the name and the designation. For example, you are the head boy of the school and you are asked to draft a notice by the principal. So, your designation will be the head boy of the school. But if the school name has been given and if you are told you are the secretary or the in charge of the sports club and draft a notice, so then you will have to mention the in charge of the sport club. Whatever, you need to read the question carefully. If the name of the school is mentioned in the question, you will write that name. You will see what role you are playing over there. If you are the in charge of the sports committee or if you are the head boy, you will write accordingly your designation. XYZ, head boy. And then when you are writing, remember this, signature, name and designation of the person issuing the notice. Then, after seeing this all about the format, you will so when I said you about the format, I assume that you have finished writing your notice. You will close the box. I had told you, initially I told you when you start writing, you will open 3-sided box. Now that as you have finished writing the notice, you will close the box. Now, I just want to tell you, there are different types of notices and which they can be. As I told you, when you are writing the notice, you will be writing about informing about the issues and the events. So, let's see here. Here is the notice. Notice for any function or event. Now, function or event that is going to take place in your school. Now, you will have to include the following points. Which are these points? First, date, time, venue of the event. That is, you will be writing the date as I told you. Time, when is it going to be held, at what time. Venue, where is it going to be held, the place. Okay, who can participate? I told you, remember, you have to always have 5 W. That is what, when, where, who, whom. Okay, so in the event or whatever the function is going to take place, who can participate. Then the rules and the regulations such as the dress code and what to carry, etc. Now the dress code for the function you are going to have, you have decided to have a particular dress code. You will have to mention about it in the notice so that all wear the same type of dress. participation fee, if any. Now, if you have kept any fee for the particular function or event, you need to mention how much is the fee. It could be just minimum. It could be 50 rupees, it could be 90 rupees, it could be 120, whatever the fees that you have kept. Okay, that registration procedure and the last date. You need to mention about the last date when to submit, and before that do not forget when the event is going to take place. For example, today is 14th August and the event is going to take place on 28th of August. Then when you are writing, you need to mention to register your names, or you have to give your names to the class teacher or the class captain latest by 21st of August. So, therefore, the date which you are writing in the beginning, then the date that you are mentioning for the function, and the date that you have to write about the submission of the form or the registration, all three will be different. You cannot say the function is on 28th of August and the last date to submit your names are 27th of August. Students, you will not be able to organize the event, the program in a proper way. You also have to have the order. Those who are comparing the program, they have to have the names and all. So remember this. Then, there is a second topic for writing a notice. Now, notice for picnics, tours, trekking, camps, visit to exhibition, museums, or the industry, company, zoo, fair, etc. Now, students, for the study purpose, you many times go for the different types of camps or whatever it is, visits to the exhibition or the industries, company. So, when you have to draft this type of notice, what type of points you will have to include? Students, why am I giving you these points? So that you know when you are drafting a notice, you will have to include these all points. It will help you. And therefore, I am showing you today, as I told you the format, and I am showing you the types of notices you will have to write in the exam. You will have to answer, or you will have to write later on in your life. And so therefore, the following points are, every time I am telling you about the date, time and the location. Okay, date and time comes. Earlier I told you about the venue. Now I am telling you about the location if you are going for the picnic, where you are going, the date and the time. Of course, you also will have to write the date on the day you are writing, you are drafting the notice. Who can participate? All those who can participate. The mode of conveyance to location. How you will be going? Will you be going by train or by bus or by your personal cars? So students, you need to mention about the mode of conveyance. Then facilities such as meals. Are you going to provide meals? Do they have to carry with them only lunch if you are going in the morning? Are they supposed to carry breakfast and lunch? Or they need to carry only breakfast and the other meals, that is lunch, supper and all will be provided to them. Accommodation, where are they going to stay? Hotels or maybe some cottages, that is the government quarters, where you have planned to accommodate the people. That is maybe your students or from the company if you are going, your colleagues, we are going to accommodate them. Then the rules and regulations such as the dress code. If you want to have a dress code, the first day when you are going, while going, maybe you would like to wear the white caps which you are going to provide. Maybe I am just saying that. Suppose it is a Scouts and Guides picnic, you may be telling that if it is a camp, all have to go into the Scout Guides uniform. School picnic compulsory, that you have to go, while going you have to be in the school uniform. Whatever students, you need to mention about the dress code, what to carry and what not to carry. As I told you, how many meals you will be carrying, charges of participation, all those who want to participate, how much fees they have to pay. Then registration with the class teacher and the last date. Which is the last date to register your names. and you will have to give your names to the class teacher. Then, let's see the third type of notice. And what is that? Notice for lost and found items, articles that were lost or found. Students, now this is for those who have lost or those who have found. The following points can be included, and they are date, time, place, where it was lost or where it was found. Now, the one who is writing for lost will have to say that where he has lost a particular thing. The one who is writing a notice for finding it out, so he will write where he has found it. Then you will also mention about the date, time, place. So after doing this all, you will write about the details of the articles such as the shape, size, color, manufacturers, etc. So you will mention, suppose you have lost your purse, okay? So you will say that the type of shape it has, the size, the color, black, brown, maroon, cream, whatever the color, whether it's of leather. Then manufacturers, which company has produced it. If you know the name, write, mention about the company. And then give details of whom the article should be written. To whom you have to return. His contact number, it is a contact number, and the reward that would be given to the one who finds it. For example, you have lost a very costly watch, or maybe your gold earring or the chain, and then you know that it is very precious, it is very costly, and you would also like to reward for the person who has found. So then mention about it. Okay? Then in case you have found the article, now that is about the one who has lost his writing. But in case you have found the article, mention the expected reward. If the person had written earlier, he will be giving the reward for those who are finding it. So mention you are expecting the reward, your contact number, and the time to contact. When can the person contact you? If you are a busy person and if you are not available, then mention that, suppose 7 to 9 p.m. or maybe 6 to 8 p.m. whatever time you want to mention. So this is about the notice for lost and found items. Then is a fourth type of notice. Notice for general instructions such as society meeting, teacher parents meeting, employees meeting, board meeting. You know, students, if you are in the society, many times you have got the meeting. If you are the secretary over there, you may have to draft the notice. Or parent teachers meeting we have often in the school, employees meeting, board meeting. So following points can be included: date, time, venue of the meeting. And what is the purpose of the meeting? It should be mentioned. Why you are conducting this meeting? What is the purpose? Maybe you want to have some changes. Now that some people are coming, maybe the robbery is taking place, so you want to have the tight security, or whatever the purpose in the society or in the school parent teachers meeting. Okay, then let's see about the another types of format, of types of notice. This is the fifth type I am telling you. See, I have mentioned the numbers over here, and now this notice is notice for revised uniform. There is a change in the uniform. Fee structure, maybe want to increase the fee. Exam dates, library rules, work hours, employees, dress code, whatever it is. Okay? So students, this can be noticed in the another way, that is the fifth type of notice. And which points can be included? They are details of corresponding revision, date from which revision is applicable, penalty, etc. Now, you have decided of changing a uniform. So students, when mention about that, when you are going to start this, for how many days you can wear the regular one which you have been using, or maybe from new academic year you are going to have the new uniform. When you come to the school, maybe the principal may give you 1 week to stitch the new uniform. So whatever it is, okay, then if you do not wear, there will be the penalty charges, maybe fine that you have to pay. Then the reason for revision, students, REASON, reason for revision if any. Why do you think of having a change in the uniform, or why do you think that you need to increase the fee? Whatever it is, you need to mention about it. Now students, you remember the format that I have showed it to you before? The format that which we saw, okay? I told you about the institute, name of the institute, about the notice, heading of the notice. This has to be in the block letter, the date, full date, how to make 2 paragraphs, what to write, okay? Then signature, name, designation, okay? So students, this format remains same, okay? Tomorrow, I will be showing you the format. I'll write it on the board. I will also write it here, and then I'll show it to you, which will make your doubts clear, which will solve your doubts. So only for today, I have taught you about the format and the types of notices. Have a good day. Thank you.